Hi, my name is Dr. Kametz from the Gohl Clinic of Chiropractic. Our mission is to help adults and children achieve their potential in life by keeping them off of drugs and out of surgery through specific scientific chiropractic care. Today I want to present to you a case of a 70-year-old female who came into the office where her low back pain was so bad it was preventing her from doing hiking. And she has lived on the Calavera Hills Nature Preserve for the past 25 years but has not been able to hike for the past 20 years. So the reason I'm showing this X-ray particularly is that in case she had a scoliotic spine that she came into the office with, and I want to show that even with chronic degeneration, application of specific scientific chiropractic care to this subluxation creates global changes in the entire spine once the nerve function is restored to the muscles. So I'm going to walk you through this case of what we came up with. Now, as a note on this case, when you see the pre and post X-ray, you're going to think that she came in an antalgic position. By that I mean that she was so hurt she was bent over. But I can assure you she came in, this is how she had been normally standing for the past quite a few years now. So let's get into the case. One of the things to notice on this case is this is a plumb line that we draw from S2 just straight up the spine to see how the spine is balancing itself. And you can clearly see the convexity over to this side here, over to the right. And at T9, which is the most lateral segment to this plumb line, this is 50 millimeters shifted to the right side. Also, when you look at the plumb line compared to the dens, her spine is actually 23 millimeters to the right. The dens is 23 millimeters to the right of that plumb line. So she's really walking with a significant weight-bearing issue on the right side of her spine. So I want to show you the before and after X-rays. These are 12 visits in between here. I know these are a little bit more difficult to see, these pictures, so I posted them on our blog. There's a link at the comment section here on YouTube. But what you'll see is this is now the S2 here, and once again we just drew this plumb line straight up. And now what you'll find is where here T9 was actually shifted 50 millimeters to the right laterally, now it's only 36 millimeters. This is a 20% change, 28% reduction in that convexity there. It's actually touching the left lateral border of the T9 vertebrae. We're over here clearly, it's to the left, or it's still shifted quite. At the top here now, once again, before where the plumb line was shifted, the spine was shifted 23 millimeters to the right of that plumb line. Now it's almost directly straight through. So there's a 96% change here at the top. So the reason I'm showing this once again is this spine has a lot of degeneration, yet once we were able to get rid of the subluxation, her body was able to start realigning this much more normally when the muscles started functioning better. Now obviously I'll spoil the story here for you. By this time she was, even before we took this post X-ray, she was hiking Calavera Hills for the first time, the Calavera Hills Nature Preserve for the first time in 20 years. Let me show you the lateral view. On the lateral view, I want to show you not only how the weight bearing is changing, but also intersegmentally how we're seeing changes too. This is the before and this is the after over here. Right here, the lumbar is shifted backwards 3 millimeters, and there's only 2 millimeters of disc space there with a 17-degree wedge. That's very significant. And there is not much disc space there. You can see there's a tremendous amount of degeneration here. On the post, that disc space has actually gone up from 2 millimeters to 4 millimeters here. The posterior segment where it was shifted backwards 3 millimeters over here is now shifted backwards 2 millimeters, and that 17-degree wedge has come down to a much more normal 10-degree wedge. Now, how that's changed everything else above it, if you look, L1 was 2 millimeters behind the plumb line, where here it is actually 11 millimeters in front of the plumb line. As we go up the spine here, you can see T8, where it's 61 millimeters behind the plumb line. Over here, it's actually 30 millimeters, so there's changes going on up there. And the dens here is 34 millimeters behind the plumb line. Now it is actually 23 millimeters in front of the plumb line. Now, very clearly, there's still more work that their body needs to work out in the spine, but absolutely a significant improvement in not only her overall structure, but overall health too. Now, after less than the 12 visits, she was already hiking Calavera Hills. If you're interested in more information, you can contact our website at gohlclinic.com. You can also find us at facebook.com/gohlclinic. And if you're interested in seeing more videos like this, you can subscribe below to our YouTube channel. Thank you.